I remember very well as a young kid, my parents were pushing me to go and study science and take a path into medicine. And more or less, maybe I rebelled against that and I chose a different path altogether. I remember because I did not take the path of what my parents wanted me to do, I ended up joining the army. And I remember when I joined the British Army in 2003 and went through the army. I served in the army for almost 7 years. Then decided it's time to do something different. But I always had an urge to help other people. So I had to think carefully of the right course to go for. The social work was something that stood out to me. And I realized, yeah, this is my calling. This young guy that was up to nothing managed to teach me how to ice skate. And the joy that brought to him, and every time he met me and I say thank you to him, you can see the confidence building up in this young man about the fact that he's done something. He's someone that people can, at least somebody is saying thank you to him, and probably no one have said thank you to him in a very, very long time. That time I was a student in my second year doing my second year placement. And I asked the refuge to give me a few tools. So I worked with some of the children. We dug up the land, we turned it over, planted a bit of seeds, sunflowers and everything. And the children had the positive experience of doing something positive with a male role model. So the few people who were against the idea of a man coming into a refuge, more or less, I think, had a change of mind. Well, I'm trying to get into the fields of therapy. I'm quite interested in the brain and how we become who we are, and also how children develop. And so that is a field that I'll try to get into, the field of psychotherapy and all those sort of things to do with the brain. It's something that I want to get into, as well as not losing sight of the management aspirations. And after all that experience, I think I'll feel ready enough to get back into academia to give something back to social work, which has so far given me so much. You can meet with those from the medical profession, the police, and all people from all walks of life. With the work that we do. And as we know, social work doesn't work in isolation. We are more or less impacted by what is happening in the news, in the current affairs all over the place. So for example, there's a huge amount of unaccompanied minors, asylum-seeking minors, because of what is going on in the news, as we all are aware of at the moment. And as social workers, you have to be in touch with these developing trends, and you have to work to meet the needs of these young people. My nan, for example, is very, very proud of me, of the field that I took, and that means much to me than anything else, because she's the one who brought me up. So.
Previously from a male-dominated kind of bravado profession in the army,
Today I've made a difference to a young person's life.
I worked with very young children, which initially wasn't really in my plan for where I saw my career going potentially.